Hi guys, so Once Upon a Time was on last night and it was a really well done episode. It was more Zelena centric, which is very interesting. Almost every season we have an episode that revolves around Zelena, so we get to learn more and more about her past and her character. And this episode was great for her character growth. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So Zelena is visited by the Black Fairy, and the Black Fairy wants Zelena to join her and help her do all kinds of evil. Because Zelena does have dark magic, and she wants to use that. So Zelena is very uninterested actually in helping her, especially since the Black Fairy was holding Robin, little Robin, not Robin Hood. But you mess with her baby, she will get mad. Even if you get her back, the fact that she was holding her still made her mad. So Zelena goes to Regina, and Regina's telling her not to confront the Black Fairy. But of course, Zelena does not listen. She really wants to prove that she's powerful. She's always had this thing where she wants to prove that she's more powerful than Regina. So that's kind of where her motivation is stemming from. And we actually see a flashback of Zelena when she was a kid. We actually haven't seen this in a while. I don't think we ever really saw her when she was a kid. Just when she was becoming the Wicked Witch, but anyway. So Zelena is a young child and she meets a boy in the forest, and he has a bluebird in his hand who fell from its nest. And Zelena uses her magic to get the bluebird back into the nest. And she's using her magic for good, which we never knew she actually ever did. And whoops, sorry about that. This guy actually, I kind of had a feeling he was going to turn out to be the Tin Man, but this is before that happens. And they actually become friends in this moment. And years later, after Zelena's become the Wicked Witch of the West, he comes to visit her, and he tells her that he's been cursed to turn completely to tin. And he knows of a way to stop the curse, which is called the Crimson Heart, which that's a really good reference to the story where the Tin Man needed a heart to feel complete. So he needs her help to find it and to take the curse off of him. Zelena's very uninterested in helping him, but he kind of points out that she doesn't want to use her magic or do anything to help anybody, especially since he saw that glimmer of her when she was young, when she actually wanted to help people, so he kind of brings that up, and eventually Zelena comes around, but only because she wants to prove her magic and her powers and everything. Just kind of a selfish reason to do it, but that's her at that point. So they go to find it, and we actually see the Cowardly Lion. It attacks at one point, but she scares it off eventually with the magic and becomes the Cowardly Lion, as we know it. So they find the heart, and what happens is it starts to suck the magic out of Zelena. She realizes that the heart needs magic in order to work, and she is not willing to sacrifice her magic to help her friend. And she kind of thinks that maybe he set her up, and that's kind of her reasoning for why she doesn't want to do what she doesn't want to do. And what happens is she basically leaves him to turn to tin, and he becomes the Tin Man. Unfortunately frozen, but hopefully in this situation Dorothy eventually comes around to free him. So back in the present, Zelena goes to confront the Black Fairy in the mines, and we see all these crystals of light magic, and the problem is the Black Fairy needs the light magic to disappear and become dark magic, so she tricks Zelena into using her powers, and in using her powers, she accidentally turns the light magic crystals into dark magic crystals. So the Black Fairy tricked her, and she's planning to use these crystals in the final battle. So Zelena has, unfortunately, been tricked, and she's told off by Regina, like, Regina's saying, you should go back to Oz, you're not helping us. And at one point, Zelena is about to go back to Oz with her child, but at the last minute, she decides she knows a way to help. And it turns out she kept the Crimson Heart, and she's now willing to use it. She will let the Crimson Heart take her magic, and once that process is done, the Crimson Heart will destroy her magic forever, meaning that the crystals will go back to light magic. So she actually makes the sacrifice, and it works. And the Black Fairy's now kind of in that place where, oh great, what am I going to do now? Because she actually, there was another reason for this, and she does not want Rumple to learn why she abandoned him. So we're actually going to see that in the next episode. But we're not done with this episode yet. So another thing that was going on, Henry was trying to rewrite the story, basically, but every attempt he made, it vanished. He can't undo anything. He can't stop the final battle, he can't save Emma, and he's just kind of frustrated, like, why do I even have these powers? But David kind of tells him, don't worry about that right now, just live life, and I'm thinking, really, that's your advice? I actually like that Henry was trying to be productive. But I get it. You gotta enjoy the moments. So what happens is we're kind of focusing on Emma and Hook getting ready for their wedding, and Snow really wants to plan everything. She's really excited about this. And the beginning scene with them, they were having a moment, Emma and Hook, which I kind of think they had a moment the night before, but they were going to have another moment. And Snow walks in. Of course she does. And apparently we've learned that, if you guys remember back to season 2, there was a joke about when Emma and Henry walked in on Snow and Charming, and tacos became the code. So now we have pancakes as the new code. But that's aside from the point. So basically, Snow and Charming are trying to figure out how to plan the wedding, but it turns out that Charming does not want to plan the wedding right now. He really is against it, because he tells Snow that marrying her was it was like the best day of his life, and he wants it to be for Emma, but unlike their wedding, he wants it to be like where no dark force interrupts their wedding, because, you know, the evil queen walked in during their wedding and whole fiasco was made. So he doesn't want that for Emma, and that's understandable. And there was this whole feeling like they need to get married before Emma's fate, where she dies, but I don't know how they're gonna do this, because the wedding is coming up in 2 weeks, so they decided to put it off, but clearly it's gonna happen. We will see. Maybe they think they defeat the Dark Fairy in the next episode? I'm sorry, I call her the Dark Fairy. She's the Black Fairy, but same idea. But anyway, maybe they're gonna think they defeat her in the next episode, because the next episode is black fairy oriented, where we see the past where she abandoned Rumple, and I get the feeling maybe they're going to find a way to temporarily defeat her, and then the wedding will be on in the next episode. So that's my theory. I'm going to leave it at that. So yeah, this episode was really good, and I'm really excited for the musical episode. We already got a little sneak preview, and I can't wait to hear the songs. I'm always nervous when they do musical episodes, as much as I love them, because there have been some musical episodes in the past where it's like, this doesn't fit with the show, but it's Once Upon a Time, it's Disney, it's gonna fit. So I do not need to worry. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. If you guys have any theories for what's going to happen, we are nearing the finale, and hopefully we will definitely have a season 7. It sounds like we will. It'll be a little bit of a reboot, but hopefully not too much. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!